The Celtics might be harboring the NBA's next Steph Curry, a sharpshooting phenom named Payton Pritchard. He may be the smallest guy on the court now, but he's dominating the NBA. The Boston Celtics are no strangers to basketball brilliance. With a history steeped in legends, from Larry Bird to Paul Pierce, the green and white faithful always anticipate their next superstar. But what if the next big thing is already among them? 25 points against the Miami Heat, 29 against the Bulls. When the Celtics need a buzzer beater, who do they go to? The gold medalists? The pros? Nah, they go to Payton Pritchard. Standing at 6'1", Pritchard doesn't exactly tower over his competition. But don't let his height fool you. This pint-sized powerhouse has range for days, a competitive streak as fierce as a lion's, and an uncanny knack for rising to the occasion. Nicknamed Fast PP, he's built a reputation as a dead-eye shooter, a hustler, and a player who will outwork anyone. So how good exactly is Payton Pritchard? Born on January 28, 1998 in Tualatin, Oregon, Payton's love affair with basketball began early. His parents, Terry and Melissa Pritchard, quickly recognized their son's passion. By the time most kids were struggling to tie their shoelaces, Payton was perfecting his jump shot. Basketball wasn't just a sport for Payton, it was life. This isn't just for formalities. Basketball really is important to Payton. If you find a clip of him playing one-on-one with a kid at a random street-side basketball court, you'll know what I mean. From a young age, Payton displayed a relentless work ethic. The kid simply didn't know how to quit. This was most evident in his infamous 5 a.m. training sessions where he would train his handles till his fingers got sore. While the rest of Tualatin slept soundly, Payton was up grinding, shooting, dribbling, running drills. If Kobe Bryant's Mamba mentality had a junior disciple, it was Payton Pritchard. His high school career at West Lynn was the stuff of legend. Pritchard won 4 consecutive state titles with West Lynn High School and earned 2014 and 2015 Todd Pratt Player of the Year, Oregon Class 6A Player of the Year, and 2015 Gatorade Oregon Player of the Year. His court vision, leadership, and shooting prowess turned him into a local hero. As a freshman at the University of Oregon, Pritchard made 39 appearances for the Ducks, averaging 7.4 points and 3.6 assists per game. He helped lead Oregon to the Final Four, and by his senior year, he was one of the best players in college basketball. As a senior, Pritchard won the Bob Cousy Award as the nation's top point guard, and earned Pac-12 Player of the Year honors, solidifying his reputation as a star. In the 2020 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics selected Payton Pritchard with the 26th overall pick. Critics called it a safe pick, but Celtics fans quickly learned that Pritchard was anything but ordinary. One of Payton's most endearing moments came off the court when he played a friendly one-on-one game against a young fan. It was during the first week of the season. The video went viral, showing Payton's playful side and his ability to connect with the community. For the kid, it was a dream come true. For Payton, it was a reminder of why he fell in love with basketball in the first place. Payton considers himself to be one of the best players on the team. After that Bucks game, Jaylen Brown was out in Charlotte. So Pritchard had to step in. And what did he do? He hit 5 threes in the first quarter with 22 points overall. What's more interesting is that Jaylen posted his scores beside Steph Curry, basically comparing them, and low-key saying Pritchard is better. Hey, I'm not implying anything, I'm just hashing out Jaylen's post. Whatever. It's impossible to talk about Payton without addressing the elephant in the room, the Steph Curry comparisons. A week later, when Derek White got in a foul trouble, once again in spectacular fashion, Payton scored 23 points with 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. Scores like these, people are having thoughts like, is Pritchard their second best player? Coming off the bench, it surely sounds insane. But these aren't just talks, there are breathtaking performances to back them up too. Every time someone is out, Payton simply dominates. Okay, let's go through some footage ourselves. Remember that Bulls game when the Celtics were down by 4 entering the fourth quarter? It seemed they were screwed. But no, Payton enters and scores 17 points in 13 minutes. Yes, you heard me right. 13 minutes. How is that even possible? If there's one thing that sets Payton apart, it's his insatiable hunger to improve. During the offseason, Pritchard takes an unconventional approach to training. During an interview, he said,
"Well, I'll pay some of my homeboys to come, the ones that play overseas and stuff. I'll pay them for the week to come out, and like all they have to do is just guard me. So I'll put them up in a little spot wherever I'm at.
Oh yeah.
Pay them for the week, and then for those hours, they have to just try. We play little games to 5, so if they get a certain amount of stops, they win. They ain't winning much, but
you just cooking there.
yes. But like, so I'm playing like 300, 400, maybe 500 possessions of like, for me, live. So you were talking about a bag. I actually like basketball. I feel like I can have a live defender, and these dudes are playing overseas, so they like play D1.
They're
like good player. Yeah, they trying to really get after it, you know, because it's also like a job. I'm paying them to come out. Like, I'm going hard. I need them to go hard. So that's been really good for me.
This relentless drive is why teammates and coaches alike rave about his dedication. Pritchard has long been known as a capable shooter and ball handler off the Boston bench. However, concerns about his size and defense mostly kept him out of the rotation for Boston during the 2023 playoffs. Despite his talent, Payton has often been overshadowed by the Celtics' star-studded roster. With Marcus Smart's defensive tenacity and Derek White's versatility, finding consistent minutes has been a challenge for Pritchard. His minutes per game dropped significantly, leading to frustration and eventually a trade request. The team lost guard depth when they traded away both Malcolm Brogdon and Marcus Smart this offseason, with Drew Holiday being the only guard they acquired, potentially opening up the door for an increased role for Pritchard in the 2023-24 season. He's not the type of dude to waste that type of opportunity. For context, over the last 5 games, he's holding opponents to 34.1% shooting. The league average is like 47%. Coach Joe Mazzulla started to take further notice, even though most were very skeptical of him. So how did they change their minds all of a sudden? They were barely playing him 2 years ago. Well, I said it a long time ago, Payton is obsessed with basketball. For a kid who used to wake up at 5 a.m. to practice in his garage, paying overseas players to enhance his practice even further, no way any team was going to overlook his talents. Later, the Celtics faced a tough decision in the 2023 offseason. Instead of trading Pritchard, they parted ways with Marcus Smart, opening up opportunities for Payton. The result? Pritchard thrived. With more minutes and a defined role, he delivered exceptional performances, including a career-high 30-point game where he shot 8 of 12 from three-point range. Right now, Payton is playing his role to perfection. His biggest playoff moment was that Finals Game 5 buzzer beater against the Mavs. But now, he can be part of a back-to-back championship if Boston can pull that off. As Payton Pritchard continues to develop, the question remains, could he be the next Steph Curry? While it's a lofty comparison, Pritchard's trajectory is undeniably promising. His work ethic, shooting ability, and love for the game make him a player to watch. The Boston Celtics may have found their next hidden gem. Whether he becomes the new Steph Curry or simply carves out his own legacy, one thing is certain: Payton Pritchard isn't done surprising us. What do you think about Payton Pritchard? Let us know in the comments below. To stay updated for more NBA content, stay tuned with NBA Buzz, and see you on the next one.